Call the meeting to order. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first we have approval of agenda. A motion to approve the agenda for today.
I will move to approve today's agenda.
I'll second it. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Aye. Okay, motion carries. Approval of minutes from last week.
I'll approve the minutes of January 2nd.
I'll second it. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
You have another set too, January 8th.
Oh. So do we have a motion to approve the January 8th minutes?
I will move to approve the minutes of January 8th.
Any discussion? Or I'll second it. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, approval of claims for payment.
I'll move to approve claims for payment.
I'll second it. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Public hearing, road vacation at 10:05. We're a little early. So we'll skip down to the sheriff's quarterly report.
I will move to approve the sheriff's quarterly report.
And I'll second it. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Let me get back here. The auditor's monthly report.
I will move to approve the auditor's monthly report.
I will second it. It's for a total of $1,860. Any further discussion?
Month of December.
Month of December, okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. The treasurer's semi-annual report.
At this time, she asked that it be tabled, so I will make a motion to table.
Okay, I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And change of status, sheriff's office.
I will move to approve the permanent part-time hire of Ashley Ahmed?
Okay,
I hate to pronounce it wrong.
yeah, I don't know.
$13.12 an hour. Beginning date
The top.
of 1/10/2018.
Okay, I'll second it. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Recorder's report of fees collected.
I will move to approve the recorder's report of December.
Okay, I'll second it. Any further discussion? All those in favor? say
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. We got, do you want to go into the opioid litigation?
Was Rick here to talk about it as well?
Not, is that as far
You
as
can
I
wait
know now?
15 seconds.
Okay.
I think you're good. I'll get you I'll call it.
Let's see, so we need to go back to. Okay, I'll open the public hearing on the road vacation at 170th Street and County Highway S56.
Taylor, you want to talk
Taylor,
about it?
yeah, Taylor, do you
Sure.
want to explain?
For anyone that's not familiar, what year was it that they built this, guys?
2006.
2006, they put in this road, which is paved to that point. So this old road, which used to go straight through before Highway 20. So we have the old road bed here, which is probably only 15 foot wide, that Ronnie requested to do a road vacation, so he can make use of this land that will become theirs. So we're pursuing that road vacation. The land would go back to, oh, geez, sorry. So it'll go back to Ronnie's plant, ethanol plant, and Mr. Norm Tom's down there.
And at Norm's, there's access. It won't affect
That
his
is the-
access, or?
We are going to provide him one if the ethanol plant will not. There are 2 power poles about right here. So we thought we'd go to the west of those because those power poles would, you know, the ethanol plant should never interfere with those, wanting to move those. So it'd still be on our easement and not the ethanol plant, so it should be fine.
Okay.
But if the ethanol plant wants to give an easement, we're fine with that route too. No objections that we got in the mail, there we go.
No.
I have a question.
Mhm.
So what's the process of this, like, if this gets approved and passed, like, to get it, like, off our mapping, and so it doesn't show up as a main road and that kind of stuff? Like, how does that work? Is it just like today's it and then we're done, or?
So I was talking to Jody Stoneberger a little bit about that, and he recommended to do a quick claim deed back to the landowners, just so we have a paper trail, just so
Okay.
for future references, everybody could research that, and that'd be the final document.
Okay.
One note, they're both 170th Street.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's caused a lot of confusion over the time too, so. GIS is totally in favor of this.
Okay, Nancy, were there any comments received verbally or by mail? Okay. Are there any other public comments or questions? Okay, hearing none, I'll close the public hearing. And we have a resolution approving the road vacation.
I will make the motion to approve the resolution for the road vacation.
I will second it. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Roll call.
Oh, yes.
Lance?
Aye.
Renee?
Aye. Okay. Okay, now we'll go back down to the opioid litigation resolution. I did think that Rick had a meeting at 10 this morning, so I don't know if he was going to be able to make it.
This is something Rick asked us to put on the agenda. It would be good for the county. There's other counties that have jumped on board with this as well. Whereas Hardin County is concerned with the recent rapid rise in troubles among county citizens, residents, and visitors in relation to the problems arising out of the use of abuse and overuse of opioid medications, which according to certain studies impacted millions of people across the country, and whereas issues and concerns surrounding opioid use, abuse, and overuse of citizens, residents, and visitors are not unique to the county and are in fact issues and concerns and shall by all other counties in Iowa, and for that matter, states and counties across the country, as has been well documented through the various reports and publications, and is commonly referred to as opioid epidemic. And it goes on with the whereases, but
So in essence, it's pretty much various counties and states are joining together in this lawsuit to possibly recoup some of the fees that have been charged or costs incurred by various county departments due to the opioid epidemic. So we're going to be joining that whole coalition to do this, and the attorneys hired to do this are Simmons, Hanley, Conroy, LLC, Kruger Dickinson, LLC, and Von Briesen and Roper, SC, is counsel in relation to claims against opioid manufacturers. So I would entertain action on the resolution?
I will move to approve the opioid litigation resolution.
I'll second it. Any further discussion?
If we pass this, the news will be right. They said we're already doing it.
Yeah. Okay. All right, all those, okay. Is there any additional discussion? Okay. Nancy, roll call, please.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right. Acknowledge receipt of DNR determination, Endeavor Farms LLC, Twister Finisher Farm, Section 24, Eldora Township.
At this time, I'd like to table this. Rick asked that this be tabled. He is looking into a manner of, for legal reasons, as this claims that if it was approved or disapproved by legal matters, we need to present them. He asked that next week. He should be able to have something,
Okay.
whether it is or isn't. So at this time, I'd make a motion to table.
I'll second it. Any further discussion?
Excuse me, I'd like to point out that you don't just have to have legal reason to appeal this.
Well, he wants to prepare in case we do appeal.
I do
He wants some
understand that, but
preparation.
there's been some misinformation that you can appeal only for legal reasons. But that's not true.
No, I mean, I realize that too.
The demand for a hearing shall be submitted within 30 days following the receipt of this letter and accompanied by a statement that provides all the reasons why the permit should not be issued according to the legal requirements of Code Section 459, Animal Agriculture Compliance Act, 567, IAC Chapter 65, legal briefs and any other documents be considered by the Commission, or statements indicating that no other documents will be submitted for Commission's consideration. In the statement indicating whether oral argument before the Commission is desired, the matter would be heard by the Commission at the time and location to be determined by the Commission. The Commission must set a meeting date within 35 days from the date that the County Board of Supervisors files a demand for a hearing.
Right, but that was including legal briefs, not only legal briefs.
So, Julie?
I didn't actually hear very well Lance's first statement concerning that. Could you repeat your very first thing about if you want to delay it? Could you just repeat your first statement? I couldn't hear you.
As far as Rick saying he asked us to table this,
Yes, could you repeat that? I didn't
Rick
hear
asked
you.
that this be tabled. He was looking at legal reasons.
And so it's tabled until,
Next week. We have so many days to comply.
right, and so will this affect any timing
No.
on what needs to be?
We have till the 18th.
Right, and next week is the 17th, so, okay. I just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly.
I was asked to have it tabled at this point.
Okay. So is he saying that there has to be a legal reason and briefs included? Or is that something he's looking at, whether or not that's actually necessary?
I'm not going to speak for what he's saying.
Oh,
I'm not him.
Well, yes. And
I was
I
asked.
appreciate that.
I was asked to table.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. IRVM Rush Policy. Megan, do you want to just kind of give a little
That's the
background or
determination.
comments?
This is the new brush policy that I have created. I took some of the stuff that was from my predecessor and then I added things and changed a little bit of stuff. So basically, once this is signed, this is what the county will follow as far as how the brush is taken care of in the roadside.
Okay.
But really, we need to, like, all the board members and myself, we need to kind of go in depth to make sure this is exactly what we want.
Okay,
And same thing with the noxious weed policy.
okay. So you did the same procedure more or less with that?
Yep.
Okay,
It's just we have to discuss if that's really what we want.
Okay.
And I put it in there.
all right, so
I'll make a motion to table the RVM Rush Policy.
I'll second it. All those in favor, or is there any further discussion?
What, I have a question, so what, I don't understand why today we're tabling everything and not talking about it, everything. So why are we being tabled? And I have a real problem with the Web Rush stuff is being handled.
Well, we'll be talking about it more in depth. She just finished the writing the new policies, and we haven't really had, I mean, I read through them last night, but as far as what's new, what's, you know, what's maybe changing, that type of thing, we need to have a discussion on that to see if this is really a policy, well, either one of them, if this is really the Board of Supervisors' thoughts being carried through by IRVM and the policies that we're passing. We want to make sure that we agree with those before we do it. So that's the reason for tabling.
There's been changes in the policy from the previous year. I would like to go over each change and reason why each change, and I don't know if you're prepared to do that right now, Megan, are you?
I don't have the original. recording.
And that's why the request was to table until she met with us again.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, now the noxious weed policy.
I will move to table the noxious weed policy.
I'll second that. Any discussion on that? Okay, all those in favor? Oh, I'm sorry.
I guess too, if anybody does want to see it, I don't care if they read it right now, because nothing is signed yet, so it's not official, but.
I think it's on the website.
It's on the website and the agenda. This is just the first page of it. The entire policy of each of these is on the agenda, listed online on the website that people can take a look at.
Okay. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, Weed Commissioner's report.
Megan, you want to go through it?
So basically what the top portion is these are, you have your primary noxious weeds and then your secondary ones. And those, what you see there is the only weeds that I actually have to manage for the county. And I kind of had to guess a little bit because I started so late in the season where some of these had already gone to seed.
Oh.
So this is kind of a guess, but the numbers, there's a box up in the top that says, you know, it's a problem in my county, it's found but not a problem, or it's not known. So that's just kind of how I ranked it. And then there's a couple other plants that I put in the bottom that I had noticed, like wild parsnip, everybody has had that as a problem, and giant ragweed. So I just wrote those in there. However, per the state weed commissioner, you do not, the weed commissioner is not responsible of taking care of giant ragweed because of its life cycle. The only time I ever have to get rid of it is if it's causing a sight distance issue. So I did put that in there, but I only have to manage it for intersections for sight distance.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. Is there a motion on the Weed Commissioner's report?
I will move to approve the Weed Commissioner's report.
I will second it. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Utility permits and secondary roads. Nothing on roads either, huh?
Well, I've been assessing our rock and sand and gravel situation. We last bought gravel in 2014 and we're about halfway through that, so feel pretty good about that still. And we're gearing up to buy our second trip of sand for the winter. So just trying to be prepared.
Okay.
Nice thing about sand is it'll sit there till next year if we don't use it.
True. Mhm.
Quick question
Yeah.
for you. On dead-end roads, how do we do the snow removal for dead-end roads?
Okay, I've had this discussion with a lady that called in, and I don't want to tell each motor grader operator how to do their route. If they want to swing on it as they're going by, that's fine. If they want to go straight through and come back and get the dead end, that's fine too. If there's ever a big concern about a certain one, I guess we can inform them that we want them to change, but you know, it's his job. I feel like he's doing it. You might not be the first one out that day, sorry. Not everybody can be the first one to get plowed out. So until it proves to be a true problem, I'm fine with letting them continue the way they're doing it.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I know Pauline did.
Pauline?
Yeah, I kind of have a problem with that. If you live on a dead-end road and you're going straight by the dead-end road and you have to, and say you're way down 10, 15 miles away and you have to swing way on back to get the dead-end road maybe a day or two later, isn't that a waste of county time and fuel to come back and get that dead-end road when that dead-end road is right there and you can swing right on up it? It's only gonna take 2 or 3 minutes and come right on back out and continue right on down the road, make that curve and come right on down the road and go right on down the road instead of coming way back. And there's people that live on those dead-end roads that have emergency issues, just like anybody else that lives on a straightaway road. And we live on a dead-end road, of course, everybody's gonna realize that. And our dead-end road probably gets as much traffic on it because 2 farmers farm that ground and come up and, I don't know what they do, why they check on it in the wintertime, but it's checked on. And a lot of people, I think, just come down the dead-end road to look at it or whatever. But to me, that makes no sense, flying by it. And plus, the mail carrier has to come by it. And when your mail carrier has trouble getting to it, you're not gonna get your mail. And don't the county have a responsibility to clear that so mail carriers
Okay.
can get?
I have a question.
To
Taylor,
that.
when you say they go by and then they come back, is that's on the same day getting the other side of the road, correct?
It should be. I mean, if we have
No,
a
it's
3
not always.
Their goal on a big snow is to get one lane through, punch one lane through, and then, you know, if it's a good day, they can come back and get a second and third pass to clear everything. But everyone should, and one day I can't guarantee that's gonna happen, you know. If we have a lot of snow, it's gonna be slower. And so their goal is to get one lane done of all their roads.
Well, and I would say probably the main roads, which where a majority of the traffic is.
Correct.
But still,
So-
that's 2 or 3 minutes. 2 or 3 minutes
But
in a
you're not the
day.
only dead end either. So those minutes do add up eventually.
You've always done, it's always been done that way in the past.
But you have a different operator now, and the old one admitted that that is probably why this has happened, because of the way he did it.
Well,
And now
and
you guys
before,
different.
you had to do it because we had kids and the road had to be opened because of school. And the school buses had to go up there.
Okay, I think you've had conversations with Taylor on this previously, so I think we just need to move on at this point.
Which means we're not gonna get any action done on anything because we live on a dead-end road.
But like Taylor said, you're not the only one that lives on a dead-end road, though. So, and as far as I'm aware, this is the only complaint we've had. Is that? Have you had others? Okay. Okay.
So if I can't get my mail and my husband's with the VA and he has a lot of drugs and supplies coming, that means Lance, Renee, you're gonna get my mail and you're gonna bring the stuff to me then when I can't get out, or the mail person can't come to me, right? As long as you guys agree to do that, I have no
Pauline.
problem.
Pauline, you're stretching on this one.
Oh, no, I'm not stretching. He gets
You're
2 or
asking,
3 times.
what policy do we have for clean out?
We do not, and I assume it's for reasons like this.
Well, then maybe you should make a policy.
I mean, if and I would just imagine, I mean, if it were me and I had medical issues like that, I think I would be ordering things enough ahead of time, especially winter, that I would have them ahead of time,
You
but,
can't do that with the VA. You order it by the
so,
month and when you need it. I mean, like the opioids or whatever, can you order those? Like if you're on any of them, can you order them ahead of time? No, you can't get supplies ahead of time.
Opioids, you have to go to the doctor to get the prescription.
Right, and you can only get so many of those. He gets medication almost and supplies for what he's on almost every other day, or if it isn't every other day, it's every 2 days. If somebody wants to take that responsibility in the winter time, fine.
You're asking to be made more important than somebody else that lives on another road though, too.
No,
You
I'm
understand?
not. I'm saying, when you're by that
We
dead
can only
end
plow one
road,
at a
what's a
time.
couple of minutes swinging up and getting those, if somebody lives on them?
He does the same thing, swinging back on his way to Providence.
okay, is there any other business? Okay, motion to adjourn?
I will move to adjourn.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.